Hello, Canada, and welcome to the Smart City Experience 2020.
What I really wanted to focus on today was about lessons and what we're seeing at the national level about smart cities. We tend to talk about this as an experiment. It's also an experiment in how we're applying new funding models and new ways of delivering government and financing interesting, innovative initiatives.
As Natalie identified, ours was one of those that focused on something completely different, on how our community could come together to create a living lab of possibilities using social innovation, data, and technology towards a common vision. The joy of the Smart Cities Challenge was to talk about programs that could be replicated across the country.
Before you can become a smart city, you have to become a connected city. And by connected city, we mean ubiquitous and equitably accessible connectivity for everyone in the community, for all the people, places, and things.
It's great to see that social equity is such an important topic for the audience. So let's talk about digital identity and how it can be a driver for prosperity and inclusion across Canada, particularly in the smart city context. Our focus is actually on enabling Canada's full and beneficial participation in the digital economy.
A bunch of geek engineers. What we do, we plan, we design, we build, and we maintain the wireless network so that you guys have fun with these things. From my perspective, the expectations of 5G are summarized here. The worst state of a congested network is when the 911 calls cannot go through. We are able to slice a portion of the network, dedicate a portion of the network for, as an example, police, ambulance, and stuff like that. Later on, technology will continue to evolve, and we will able to add new channels or new highway lanes, and ultimately, I don't know, 4 or 5 years, you want to get to 20 gigabits per second, which is pretty amazing, right?
Hello everyone, the Happy Animator for the workshop today, and we have a stellar group of experts.
We specialize in open smart communities, as well as data governance. I think coming up with the ability to kind of pinpoint where these outcomes are taking place and connecting the dots really gives us a new narrative in the Canadian context around that emerging model.
We have over 90 companies and organizations that have been working in and or are connected in some way, shape, or form to the autonomous vehicle ecosystem.
This is expected to grow to around 70% of the population of the Earth living in cities, generating much higher to almost 80 to 90% of the GDP of the world. Interestingly, this space that we're talking about in terms of where smart cities and urbanization represents less than 5% of the Earth's surface.
I'm excited to be here and be a bit of a bridge between the national conversation today and the international conversation, I think, happening next week. I'm sorry to say this at a Smart Cities conference, but as we enter into recessions and city budgets are going to hurt, technology isn't always the answer.
First of all, thank you so much for asking us to participate. We're talking about the Orbit, which is a new city development, and we had access to a universe today of smart city experts, so it was quite fantastic. What we found really interesting is technology and smart city technology, if you will, was kind of put as secondary. I can't thank enough the experts speaking on behalf, hopefully, of my team. I believe they agree. We got a lot out of it.